create a very creative solo podcast script about human writers and AI. All right, what do you have, ChatGPT? Okay, welcome, fellow wordsmiths, to the Creative Quill, your solo journey through the tangled forests of imagination and innovation. I'm your guide in this labyrinth of language, and today we embark on a quest to unravel the enigma. Blah blah blah. Hell, I'm not doing this.
Welcome to MarketPod, your weekly pit stop for all things digital marketing. I'm Anoop, your friendly voice in the marketing maze. Join me as we chat about trends, untangle the web of new tech, and become masters of the marketing craft. We will crack the growth code together. Get ready for practical tips, inspiring stories, and real insights to boost your digital marketing journey. This is MarketPod, brought to you by Yearsong Digital. Let's dive in.
2.5 billion pieces of content are created on a daily basis. And I think we all agree that with every passing day, the lines between human written and AI generated content has become increasingly blurred. Generative AI can reduce your content writing timing by like up to 40%, while it can improve your output quality by up to 18%. Bard, which is now called Gemini, can create up to 400 words per minute. Even researchers at OpenAI say that ChatGPT can translate text in 24 languages simultaneously. As of 2024, approximately 330 million terabytes of data is created each day, including 500 million tweets. I think we should call them tweets, even though it's X. 294 billion emails, 4 million gigabytes of Facebook data, 65 billion WhatsApp messages, and 720,000 hours of new content is added daily on YouTube. And I think we all know it's only gonna go up from here. As you must have guessed, this is not gonna be a beginner's guide to AI. It's a raw and deep dive for those who crave the truth, even when it's a little bit messy and, more importantly, multifaceted. Okay, so let's get started. Question number one: which content is better, AI generated content versus human generated? So, if you ask any AI chatbot, you will get answers like AI will not replace human writers, it is there to increase their productivity and all that BS, blah blah blah, right? But really, let us understand the difference between the two. AI will not replace human, right? No, just kidding. Um, let's take the example of an AI generated article. Okay. Um, techniques to increase B2B SaaS conversion rates using AI. Okay, I think that's a good topic. Whether you search this topic on Gemini or ChatGPT or Copilot or Claude, it will obviously give you different answers, but their structure and process and approach to giving you the answer remains almost the same. You can try it yourself. It will have a detailed analysis of research data. A Copilot and Bard will even try to use the latest sources for that. Then in the topic, they will compare like different AI tools and their impact on lead generation, customer engagement, and churn rates. And if you prompt it really well, it will point you to relevant research and industry reports. Just make sure that you double check what they are generating, because they hallucinate a lot, which in AI models is they make things up just out of nowhere if you push them. On the other hand, please note, I am only talking about good content. Okay. On the same topic, that is the technique to increase B2B SaaS conversion rates using AI. The content created by a human will have a sort of storyline. And trust me, you will know if that story is real or just even that is generated by AI. Because yes, I mean, you will be able to do it. You will be able to understand what is real or not based on what you have in front of you, right? To be very frank, I did that. I tried to prompt chat GPT to create a story for me. That'll be great. And the storyline it gave me was like it created a storyline with even made up numbers and client testimonials and all, but the anecdotal experience about each tool during their comparison was what I actually wanted, and that was simply missing. For example, uh, how many times do you just go to Amazon and buy a product based on the technical descriptions of the product, right? We always go to that review section because we need that human intervention to reinforce our biases, right? So we can buy a $15 iPhone. So point is that the authenticity that we humans look for, or while reading a long format content, it's still missing in any AI generated content. But at the same time, these chatbots are so good with stats and doing the research part for you. And maybe all we have to do is insert our personal anecdotes, some important points that will personalize it, a little bit of final editing, and the thing is ready, right? Long story short, that is exactly what I do. For example, all the initial numbers and stats you heard from me at the start of this podcast, which are relevant to this topic, they are all generated from AI. They are basically from MIT research and around six, seven different reports and publications. I will put their links in the description. And Bard help, sorry, Gemini helped me with the research part. Why you had to do it, Google? Bard was a really cool name. Okay, so what you are listening to right now, if I have to um, categorize or divide it in the ratio, I would say around 5% is AI generated and 95% is by me. So the next question would be, when should we use AI generated content and how much? Well, it depends. So if you prioritize informing and educating like a tech savvy audience with the tons of stats and reports and descriptions and explanations, I think AI's data driven approach might be ideal, and in that case that will be sufficient. But if, just like this podcast, if you aim to like inspire, build trust and connect with the readers on a deeper level, human content is the way to go. At this point, I would say it's the only way to have or make that connect. So we come to the next question, is that if it is not very descriptive, the human content, and we put them as blogs or guides or whatever, will search engines rank our blogs, or will they be just there in the store forever? So let me clarify. For all those who have not been in the industry for a long time, hate to break this to you, AI is not new. It's evolving. It's evolving faster than a hummingbird on Red Bull. Come on, dude. Like seriously, like okay, chat GPT. But yeah, pun intended. And I really like Red Bull. Hummingbirds are cute. But okay. So if you guys go just 3-4 years back, before these AI chatbots even were a thing, we had these things called article spinners. They were like these really, really bad versions of AI chatbots who were trained on, I think, only thesaurus. They were really, really bad. And I have never ever seen a spun article ranking on Google. I think it's the same with the AI chatbots. If you are planning to churn out, say, programmatic content, like what Zapier or Capterra does, I think AI chatbots are awesome for that because they are comparing the tools that are already there, and for users the quick short to the point answers is the most relevant, and that is what creates value at that point in time. But for someone who wants to follow for a content writer specifically, or content marketer, if you want to follow a dedicated like pillar cluster strategy, which means you want to build an authority on a specific topic, using AI tools for the entire thing is never going to get you to the top 10 in the SERP, search engine ranking page, search engine result page, right? But if you talk about collaborating with AI, now that is what makes things interesting. You must have heard about it. Like it's been a long time that we are having this discussion on multiple forums that you need to collaborate, right? For instance, for long form blogs or guides, what I do is I specifically use copy.ai and even Copilot to craft outlines. All I ask it to do is have a series of tasks that it needs to do. So I say, okay, XYZ is the topic that I want to write on. Check out the first 10 results for the specific keyword that are showing up on the SERP, and make sure that your outline contains all those points. This way, you can automate a tedious task like clicking on hundreds of links just to create an outline, which takes a lot of time if you are not using AI. So once you have an idea of what the top ranking content are touching upon, all you then need to do is be better than them. That's why they are called reference links, right? You are competing with them. And that is where your creativity comes into the picture. Use the research that AI can generate for you, and have a more interesting and like unique perspective. Now, how to do this, the unique thing, right? Everyone says it, like you have to be yourself, you have to show authenticity and all that. But how? Let me give you an example of that. Consider a B2B SaaS software company. It provides AI powered customer relationship management, so CRM solutions. In this case, Copilot can help you gather data on the latest trends, new tools that are there in the CRM entire industry, and overall challenges in the entire CRM field, which everyone is familiar with. So you can, once you prompt it, once you ask AI to write or get you some content about it, what you can expect information like how the entire CRM sector is very bullish on personalization and predictive analytics tools. I'm going very deep because I hope that this is being listened by, or people who understand a little bit of industry and AI. Then other types of things that AI will generate would be something like the challenges, like sector specific challenges like native integrations with new and emerging tools and other tools that people are trying out, and maybe advantage of how AI is enhancing customer experience, which is increasingly being recognized, and how businesses are prioritizing CX metrics like NPS, CSAT, CS, and all that. You will get these information, and these information will be very valuable and very important for you to be inserted in the final content. You need to make sure that you there, because there is a level of description that your content needs to have. And after you have these and finalize what all you need, and what are the important points, then it is your time to add your unique perspective. Now, in this very context, you can include things like, so please note, the topic is AI powered customer relationship management solutions, right? We are talking about that. So, how will you add your personal touch to it, personal experience? In that, you can just write about one time that you implemented a CRM solution in a previous role or company, and you know about what the limitations of it are, and jump into the deep operations. Don't talk about just vague things that anything anyone can generate. Talk about what was the work, what were you doing, what were your team trying to what was your team trying to achieve, and at that time you were facing the issue. And this way, your buyer persona, your ICP, will be able to relate with it. That's the first thing. Personalize the experience or your story. Number two, you need to connect to the bigger philosophical discussions. Like in the content that you're writing, discuss how CRM solutions are being adopted by clients or companies that you had never hoped, and how this digital transformation that you are witnessing is supporting customer centric business models. So, show your opinions. That is what creates the uniqueness in your content. Third type of uniqueness will be challenge the common myths or the assumptions that are made by majority of the populace. So question in this context, question burning topics like if AI is truly the future of CRM, or if there are aspects of customer relations and operations related challenges that just cannot be automated with workflows. Like give examples of how you created a very smart trigger, and you thought that everything is gonna go awesome. But every now and then there comes an XYZ scenario where you needed a human intervention. These kind of challenges you have to put out so that people can connect. And finally, make predictions, because you have to showcase your content and the authority of it, right? So you have to come up with predictions, like based on your experience, your knowledge, and what you discuss with the like-minded experts. What do you think about the future of the CRM industry and AI driven CRM industry? What are the questions that are yet to be answered? They are unresolved. Based on the current trend, how soon do you think something will get better in terms of product adoption or operations or anything that you think will happen? And if you are able to pull off these four things, I think you can be an amazing content creator. What is a good content without thought leadership, right? It's just a description and explanatory. Explanatory can be done by AI. It's so simple. And then when it comes to editing, your copywriting skills will come into the picture, because AI right now, to put it in a subtle manner, copywriting is not AI's best suite. I believe we can all agree that we don't want to see website copies filled with, stupid and cringy references of seashores, wordsmiths, fishes, captains, and, music orchestras. I hope you catch my drift. If not, maybe you haven't used AI chatbots as extensively as some of us. Now, I'm going to read a small paragraph created by AI. I think that should help you understand what I'm talking about here. And I quote, okay? These are not my lines, because I will never write these. The question isn't will AI surpass humans, but how will we collaborate? Can we harness AI efficiency to free ourselves for strategic thinking, emotional connection, and building genuine audience relationships? So far, so good, right? Even though I'll never say audience relations, but still, let's continue the quote. Continue. That's the real game changer. Not AI replacing humans, but humans and AI working in a concert. A dance of efficiency and creativity that blows the competition out of the water. Come on, man. Like, dance, this is what gives away an AI content. I mean, why do you need to get that analogy over here? Right? Okay. So, Google's MUM, multimodal unified model, claims that it can differentiate between authentic human created content and the content that is generated by AI models. And some experts also say that AI generated content will flood the entire SCR piece, which will make it very difficult for humans, as the people who are searching it, to understand what's the difference. So, for instance, the very first answer that you see on any Quora question nowadays is created by ChatGPT, and they have clearly mentioned it on the website that created by ChatGPT. Actions like these sort of, they are good and bad at the same time. Why this sort of incentivize? the original thinkers and contributors on public platform or forum like Quora, and those people who are just looking for quick answers like when did this happen or where did this happen. I think AI bots can handle all of that. Now here's the other side of the story. I'm very optimistic about and to be very frank, I'm practical when I say the future of content is not black or white. So a recent study by the Drum found that 73% people, they struggle to differentiate between AI generated and human written content. This absolutely raises a lot of concerns about the potential for misinformation, considering that major countries will be having conducting their elections in 2024. At the same time, others see it as a democratizing force. So it's a mixed bag. As for the truth, well, I believe it will likely fall somewhere in the middle. At the time of recording this podcast, there are a few things that are pretty clear to me, but there are some questions that still remain answered. I've got four of them. Number one, how much AI content will we see in the next 4 to 5 years? I mean, that is mind boggling. Number two, as I said in the beginning, that fine line between AI generated and human written content is getting more blurred with every passing day. So, will search engine algorithms continue to judge both these content types using the same parameters? I don't know. Question number three, the results that we see after clicking on Google or Bing, how sure are we that it was written by a human and not just edited by one or completely created by AI? Follow up of that, the third one will be, is that question even relevant? As long as the reader, listener, viewer, they are getting the desired value out of it, and it just doesn't matter to them. And the fourth one, I have already started to see MQLs, marketing qualified leads, coming from Copilot and Gemini already. So, with increasing adoption of AI chatbots, will SEO be even relevant after 10 years? And should content and SEO professionals, is this the time that they shift their focus to generative engine optimization, the GEO? And what would that transition look like? In the next episode, I'll talk about GEO, what it is, and what is my take on it. And as professionals, what I am doing or what we need to do to get on top of generative AI results. Until then, optimize your temporal experiences for maximum efficiency. Come on, man. All I asked was a take care note, you dumb GPD.
Thanks for tuning into MarketPod. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. Stay connected for more trends, tech talk, and growth hacks. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, shoot us a message on our socials. This is Anoop signing off. Till next time, stay curious, stay creative, and stay marketing savvy. Cheers.